Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. If you've seen my previous videos, you have probably sensed that this is coming. But today we are doing a full face of Sisley makeup. I'm very excited to film this as I'm very fond of Sisley, but this is in no way intended to convince you to buy anything from Sisley or hype up the brand. I'm just a huge fan, and since I have enough products to showcase a full face, I thought I'd walk you through my favorites and what products I consider worth the investment and which products I find to be disappointing. So I'm very excited. We're going to start with a skincare product. It is one of Sisley's skincare products that can be used as a makeup primer, and it is their double Tenseur. It is a lovely product. I've only used samples of it. It is like let me show you the texture here. I'm not sure if you can see, but it is like a watery sort of gel. It makes for a lovely primer. It's just not one of those products by Sisley that I'm interested in purchasing a full size of, but I always love receiving it as a sample, and whenever you place an order on Sisley's website, this is always an option to add as a sample, so I always make sure to do that. This product dries very quickly, and it has the signature Sisley scent, so with a hint of lavender, very botanical, very relaxing, and it just leaves your skin feeling really soft and well prepared for future makeup. I'd already applied my morning skincare, which mostly consists of Sisley, but I find that is enough. I don't feel the need to add a primer, so this double Tenseur is more of a luxurious, extra pampering experience, but it isn't a product that I feel like I need. So first we are going with one of my most recent purchases from Sisley, but it has quickly become one of my favorites, and it is this Blur Expert Powder. So I'm not sure if you can see, but the Sisley logo is embossed on the powder, and the powder does have some color to it. I've swatched it on my hand, but you can't see it because it blends in perfectly with my skin tone. And it is incredibly fine and so silky. It is one of those powders where you're not sure if you have any on your brush at first, because when you apply it, it feels just like nothing. And the reason I am applying it now is because Sisley advises to apply this powder prior to your foundation. I have experimented applying this powder before and after foundation, and I really enjoy both applications, so we're going to be using it both ways today. What I especially love about this powder as well is that if I wanted to have a no makeup day, just a bit of something on my face, I could happily apply this powder and be on my way, you know, add a bit of blush and mascara and lipstick and be good, just because I find it blurs out my skin tone just perfectly. I do have the Chantecaille Perfect Blurring Powder, and my one issue with that one is that I found I had to be careful around areas with lines, as like with any powder, it would accentuate those areas. But with this one by Sisley, that doesn't happen at all. I find it does blur my lines, which is what I've been wanting. So I'm really happy I invested in this one. And I think it's very similarly priced to the Chantecaille, if not a bit cheaper. I'll have to check. And like any powder, this is going to last you a very long time. So this is definitely one of the top contenders. If I had to recommend a Sisley product to anyone, this would be up there, just because it is going to last you a very long time, and I found that it has a really strong positive impact on the finish of my makeup. So I've applied the powder on my skin, and yeah, it just looks perfectly blurred. It is a very undetectable powder. Like, I wouldn't say I look like I have powder on my face whatsoever, but my skin just looks, yeah, blurred. So it's very appropriately named. Next, we're going in with the Sisley Cushion Foundation. This is the new version. I believe they had a previous version with different shade names and they reformulated it, so this is the most current version. I have mine in shade 1N Ivory, and it is the perfect match for my skin tone. So I like going into this foundation with a brush, just because I'm much more fond of the finish of the application with a brush compared to the cushion it comes with. When you apply it with the cushion, it is much more concentrated, and I prefer just a really light wash of foundation. And I do have a detailed review on this foundation if you're curious, comparing it with the Chantecaille cushion. So I can leave that video in the description box in case you are interested. This foundation has a very soft, luminous finish, And what I really love about this foundation is that it looks even better as you wear it throughout the day, which is usually the opposite of what we experience with foundations, right? Normally throughout the day you can see signs of wear, but this just looks even better as the hours go on. Not sure why or how it does it, but yeah, I really enjoy that. So I've got to tell you something that happened to me at the Sisley counter recently. So I was there, you know, just browsing. It's one of my happy places, right? It's just going to the Sisley counter or a makeup counter and just looking at the different colors and just seeing it all together. I find it very soothing. So I was there just browsing and I was chatting with the ladies at the counter, you know, just going back and forth, talking about the makeup. And they said, oh, wow, you seem to know a lot about makeup. Do you work in the industry? And I said, oh, no. I'm just a big fan. I really love makeup. And, you know, I'm a big fan of Sisley's makeup and skincare and hair care. And they said, oh, wow, that's amazing. Hey, do you watch YouTube? And I said, yeah, I watch YouTube. And then they went, oh, do you know Michelle Wong? And I said, yeah, I watch Michelle. She's great. She's a big Sisley fan. And in my head, I was thinking, do I tell them I have a channel too? Do I say anything? And it sounds like the most natural thing in the world to say, right? Like, oh yeah, I have a channel too. Would you like to check it out? But for some reason, I just decided to make it very awkward and difficult for myself. So of course, once the conversation was over and I'd spent about 4 minutes doing the mental wrestling match in my head, I decided to say, I also have a YouTube channel, but it's very, very small. I've just started, it's no big deal. And the only reason I shared this is that I thought they might be interested in watching, especially since I feature a lot of products by Sisley, and just in case they were interested. Wasn't expecting free product or anything like that. So anyway, I told them and they went, oh, really? Oh, that's nice. And I just regretted that immediately. So of course I proceeded to dig myself an even deeper hole. And I said, yeah, I even reviewed the Sisley enzyme mask recently and other people love it too. And yeah, I love making videos about Sisley. And they said, oh yeah, okay. And I just wanted to crawl into a hole and disappear. I thought they would have at least asked, you know, what's my channel or something. And if I were a more extroverted and outgoing human being, I could have just easily told them and showed them, right? But yes, I walked away and then traveled to another Sisley counter after that. And don't get me wrong, the ladies at the Sisley counter are so friendly and lovely. It was just all up here. All right, so next we're going in with another superhero product by Sisley, and this is their under eye concealer. They have a couple of concealer options, but this is the only one I've tried and I love it. I use it every day when I apply my makeup. I have mine in shade 1, which you can sort of see there. Has a bit of a peach undertone, which I really like because it means I don't need to apply corrector. So I always just put some onto my hand and then use my brush and wake these babies up right here. What I especially love about it is that it's very self-setting, it's brightening, it feels very nourishing at the same time. It's just simply the best under eye concealer. So yes, top recommendation. And it'll last you a very long time. So to me, it is worth the investment. Next, we're going in with bronzer, and this is Sisley's Phyto-Touche Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. It's beautiful. Check it out. It's set up like the sun's rays. It's very pretty. Feels very soft. And here is a swatch of it. It's warm toned, but just enough, you know, it doesn't verge orange at all. So while I am a fan of this bronzer, I don't think this is a must-have product from Sisley. It's lovely, but I'm sure you can find bronzers that provide you the same experience or the same joy at a more affordable price point. And like all Sisley's products, it is very easy to apply, very forgiving. The application process is just truly enjoyable, which is very important for me with my makeup because it's not only about the final look, but it's about the whole process as well. So here is the bronzer applied. I love how it just has that very soft, luminous glow to it. Very, very subtle, but yeah, I find it to be very beautiful. Just gonna go in and take care of my eyebrows quickly, I only have 2 eyebrow products, so the Gucci Brow Pencil and Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. So I'm just going to do that quickly. But don't worry, everything else I'll be applying today is by Sisley. All right, now we're moving on to eyes. So I have a few different eyeshadows from Sisley. I have a couple of their singles, which are lovely, but I also have this eye twist. So this is one of their Phyto eye twists, and it is in shade 12. And it is this gorgeous bright emerald color. I mean, we have to play with this one. So I'm thinking we'll just use this and one of Sisley's green liners that I have to create a green cat eye. And I'm forewarning you, I get stage fright with doing winged eye looks on camera. So let's see how we go. So these eye twists do not budge. They're easy to apply, nicely pigmented, incredibly long lasting. The look that I'll produce today, it will look just as good at the end of the day as when I apply it right now. Okay, so going in the bottom waterline as well. Okay, so this gives you an idea of how it looks when applied to the eye, just in terms of the color. It's just such a gorgeous green. I really love it. It's just the right amount of brightness. So now I'm going to attempt to do the same to the other eye. Oh, I much prefer how this eye turned out than the other one, so now I need to even it out. Okay, so this is how the eye twist looks on both eyes. My attempt at a cat eye here. So now I want to go in with this waterproof gel liner. I really love these liners. If you are curious and want to dive even deeper into Sisley's line and explore beyond their base products, I would highly recommend their eyeliners just because they are so beautiful and they offer them in really unique shades and finishes. I really am a fan of their Mystic and sparkling liners just because they have such an elegant sparkle to them. So this one that we're going to play with, Mystic Green, it's a very dark liner with silver sparkles dispersed throughout it. So I'm going to put that in the waterline as well and a little on the edge here just to provide an extra bit of something, you know, just some dimension. Okay, so I went in with Mystic Green in my top and bottom waterline and just a little bit on the outer corner here. And yeah, I'm really happy with how those two products look together. I think it just adds that bit more drama and pizzazz that we're looking for today. Definitely fulfilling my green fantasy. Okay, so now that that's done, I like to apply my mascara last after all my powder's on. So now that that's done, we're going to move on to blush. Okay, I have 2 blushes from Sisley. So I have the Phyto-Blush in Rosy Fuchsia. So this is their powder blush. And then I have one of their Phyto-Blush twists in the shade Passion. Passion is a soft pink with golden sparkles throughout it, so it's really fun. And I mean, can we get a load of this color? This is just the kind of makeup that makes me weak at the knees. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to apply Passion all over. So we're just going to have a wash of Passion and then we're going to follow it with the Rosy Fuchsia, I think a little bit higher up here just as an accent. So I'm just grabbing some Passion on my brush and let's wash that all over. Give me all the Passion, baby. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see, but do you see how Passion has that slight sheen to it? Like you can especially see it right there. It's just, really love this color. But the one thing I will say about these blush twists is that they don't feel luxurious. They are very light, and apart from the signature Sisley zebra packaging, it feels quite cheap to me. So that was very disappointing. So are these blushes nice? Yes. Do I think it's the best blush stick out there? Definitely not. I much prefer my Makeup by Mario ones, for example. But that said, I am very happy to have this in my collection, and I do get a lot of use out of it, and I reach for it quite often. If you are after a Sisley blush, I would highly recommend their powder blushes over the Phyto-Blush twist, just because I'm a sucker for a really gorgeous powder. It's my thing lately. So this powder is in second place after the Cernes blushes. I would say this is very close, but the Cernes even silkier and creamier. This is beautiful, highly pigmented, applies really well, but it isn't as creamy and silky as the Cernes. But just by a kiss, you know, just very close. So this blush is very pigmented, so I'm treading carefully. Let's go in right here. Ooh. Okay, so with Rosy Fuchsia, without Rosy Fuchsia. Oh, I love this color. Just gonna wipe some excess on my hand and go along here. Love it. That's better. Okay, so this is Rosy Fuchsia on top of Passion. What do we think? Is it too much? Let's move on to lips here. So I have a few of Sisley's lip liners, and we are going to use chocolate for this look. Sisley's lip liners are very creamy, easy to apply, nothing bad to say about them. And they come with a brush on the other end, but haven't used that really. I would describe these liners as very similar in formula to Chanel's lip liners, if you've tried those. Very soft, creamy, I mean, you know the drill. Everything we want in a lip liner, right? Okay, so this is chocolate all over the lips, and now we're going to go on top with a lipstick. I really enjoy these Phyto Rouge lipsticks by Sisley. They're marketed as a matte lipstick, but they feel very hydrating. They do not feel like a matte whatsoever. So we're going to go in with number 15 Beige Manhattan. This is the most nude shade I have, so that's why I picked this one. Okay, so this is chocolate with Beige Manhattan. Now we're going to go in with the Blur Expert one more time just to seal in the deal. Okay, so finally I'm just going to curl my lashes and add mascara. My favorite mascara out of all brands is the Sisley So Volume. I can't really stomach the price of it. This was a gift with purchase, so I'm still debating whether I'll purchase the full size myself. I will likely explore other mascaras at a more affordable price point, but this is a great mascara if you're interested in a Sisley mascara. I am really not a fan of their two other mascaras. I've tried them and they're just quite bad mascaras, quite frankly. And I realize mascara is definitely one of those more personal things because our lashes respond to different mascaras in unique ways. But I really love a defined, volumized and lengthened lash, so Volume is just great for that. And I don't experience any smudging or flaking with this mascara. However, I will say one of my good friends, Shayna over at Smelly Skin, she tried this mascara and she experienced flaking with it. So just something to be mindful of. You know, everyone's experience with mascara is unique. And I am sensing that this one I'm using right now is reaching its expiry, so that's disappointing. Okay, so this is the final look. I'm just going to go in with my Quarterly Beauty Elixir just to finish off everything. It's my favorite way to finish off my makeup. It makes me feel extra relaxed and just reinvigorated. And then we're going to chat about the Sisley line and my top picks. And I almost forgot, I like to finish every look off with a fragrance, and I do have a sample of this fragrance by Sisley. I believe I have tried all of their fragrances, you know, to sample them, and some of them I'm definitely not a fan of. Yeah, this one right here, Eau de Soie, I can't stand the smell of this one. It's yeah, not a fan. It's very strong. I can't describe it, but it is not a nice smell. So let's put on Isia La Nuit. I believe this is more of a floral one. Yeah, I would describe this as like a sophisticated floral. It's very pleasant. All right, so this is the final look. I'll give you a close-up so you can see the eyes a bit better. I'm really loving this green cat eye. It makes me feel a little bit edgy, a little bit spicy. And with the different blushes, I just feel that extra bit of pop, you know? So in terms of Sisley's line, if you are curious and you haven't purchased any of Sisley's products before, my top 2 recommendations would be the Blur Expert and their Under Eye Concealer. Not only because they perform beautifully, but also that you are investing in a luxury line and you are going to get the most value for your money with those products, as they will last you a very long time. You can use them every time you put your makeup on and it will make your makeup just look that much more elevated and polished. The one thing with the under eye concealer is that the shade range is just so crap and they really need to add more shades. I get the sense that they will be adding more shades because a couple of their more recent foundation releases have included more shades, but like with the Cushion foundation, it's so hard to recommend it just because they offer it in 5 shades, which is just embarrassing, you know? But I love the product, so I did want to mention it. And I really hope they just add more shades. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into the line and you're curious about more colorful products, I highly recommend their waterproof gel eyeliners, specifically the sparkling and mystic ones. Their Phyto-Blushes, the powder versions, they're really lovely. And I'm also a big fan of their Phyto-Rouge lipsticks, and they offer those in many colors. I mean, they have a blue mascara, all these beautifully colored eyeliners. So I don't know, Sisley, what's the deal? I'm also a big fan of Sisley skincare, and that was my initial introduction to the brand, was using their skincare, and then I was really curious about their makeup. So I believe my first makeup purchase from Sisley was an eyeliner. So that is what initially drew me into the brand. And I think it was this one, Mystic Green, actually. So yes, it's a sentimental product. Their Phyto eye twists are also great. My one gripe was that the colors I want are always sold out, so I'm just waiting, you know, patiently for them to get back in stock. There is also one product in their hair ritual line I just want to mention briefly. It is their Restructuring Nourishing Balm. This is lovely. You apply it before you shampoo, similar to Olaplex 3. So you would apply it before you do anything else to your hair. I use this once a week and I adore it. My hair responds really well to it. Ever since I've started using it, my hair has just been a lot bouncier and shinier. So if you're interested in any of the hair products, then this is a top pick. If you are curious about any other products from Sisley, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know Sisley is a brand that people might know of but not know where to start, which is why I wanted to make this video, just because I have tried quite a few products and it's always nice to know if you're making a good investment or not. It's really hard with luxury brands to know what is worth the investment and what isn't, and even that is very subjective, right? I just want to emphasize that at the end of the day, it's not about what brands you have or how much a product is, but it's about the experience and what you decide to invest in and how that experience affects you. It's all just about how it makes you feel and celebrating whatever you have in your collection that can make you feel that extra little bit precious. Ultimately, when I use these products, I just feel so beautiful. They are really a joy to use. I really cherish them and I use them very regularly, so you'll definitely be seeing them in more upcoming videos as I tend to use a lot of the same products. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. I cannot wait to hear from you. I really love chatting with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day or evening wherever you are, and I will chat with you in my next video. Bye.